What's your favorite Zelda dungeon? Says a chat member. Ocarina of Time Water Temple. No, I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. Arbiter's Grounds from TP, that's a good one. Yeah, that's one that immediately comes to mind because that was an enjoyable dungeon. You know, there were some really great Twilight Princess dungeons. Spirit Temple was pretty good. Jabu Jabu was great, yeah. The Forest Temple is kind of annoying, but I love the music and I love the twisty hallways, and I think it's really cool. It's not like my favorite dungeon structurally, because it can get a little windy and annoying, but I think just it's really cool. It's like you go inside, but you're still outside from time to time, and there's Phantom Ganon fight, and it's just got weird music and things that happen. It's cool. Maybe a weird choice. It's not one of my favorites, but another one that I remember fondly is Link to the Past, Dark World Water Dungeon. It's just kind of cool. Not the swamp one. Turtle Rock. Yeah, Turtle Rock is really annoying too because I get my ass kicked in it, so therefore it's annoying. But it's good. I'm talking. The one I like is the one with the boss that split. No, you get, what item do you get from that? The hookshot. That is the swamp one? Oh, my bad. What about Misery Mire? Isn't a mire a swamp? Misery Mire I'm not a fan of at all. I always dread that one. But one of the reasons I like the Lake Temple, or the swamp, whatever, is I like the secret passage. I remember figuring that out as a kid made me feel like a fucking genius. What about any of the Skyward Sword dungeons? I remember thinking they were good, the Ancient Cistern in particular, but I barely remember them. I mean, we've had this conversation on stream, as all things must, you know, eventually be rediscussed. And I had different answers each time, I'm sure, years later, but the truth is, the Ancient Cistern stuck out in my mind, where a lot of the other temples, or just dungeons, whatever, felt a little bit like good, but just your basic Zelda dungeons, in terms of theming. The Sand Shop? I don't remember that. Time Travel. Oh, right, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that was cool. Time Travel one. The Sand Ship. Snow Peak Ruins and Twilight Princess. I like Snow Peak Ruins because you have the item you get is fun, and then you get to shoot it through, like, cannons and shit. And also, it's like a house. It starts as a house, and then it's just... it's weird. City in the Sky. Yeah, that's a good one, too. Man, Twilight Princess had a lot of great fucking dungeons. This game... I don't like this dungeon or the Earth one all that much. The switching character thing is not really something I enjoy very much. I'll be honest. The best dungeon for me in this game is the first one. I think it's just a really great starting dungeon. One of the best. I love the way the lava looks. I like the boss. It's just cool. It's really good. Tower of the Gods isn't too bad. I think, for me, the fun of Wind Waker, the dungeons are fine. They're not, like, for me, they're not as great as some of the other entries. The fun of this game is all the hidden stuff. The sailing to different islands and finding little, like, caves with different minigame. Like, I like the, little mini-dungeons a lot. Not to mention the style is unmatched. Agreed. No, I have a lot of love for Wind Waker, but in terms of dungeons, the best one... like, I love going to Hyrule in this game a lot, but the best one is, like, the first one for me. Majora's Mask... I'm trying to think how I feel about those dungeons. They're all pretty good. Stone Tower is amazing. Stone Tower is a little confusing. But once you get past that, like, and that's just a personal preference, it's fucking amazing. Like, it's just really creative. And then you have to use Ben. But it is a pain in the ass. When I streamed it last year, it wasn't so bad because randomizer, but in general, that temple I remember being a huge pain in the ass. Like, why does this room exist? What is its purpose? Pain. Pain. Great Bay was aesthetically neat. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Majora's Mask stuff had some interesting aesthetics. What about the 2D Zeldas? Well, I mentioned Link to the Past. I think Link to the Past has pretty solid dungeons all the way through. And it also pretty much defined the series. Because Zelda 1's dungeons were push block, kill enemies, proceed. Zelda 2's temples were side-scrolling gauntlets. So, Link to the Past was so good in so many ways so early that it defined much of what made Zelda Zelda later on. That said, I think Minish Cap had some pretty cool dungeons. I mean, it's hard to give specifics of the handheld ones because they are so... You think about the ones that I just streamed. There's so many dungeons. 16 dungeons in total. And then you have Link's Awakening, which I have a lot of fond memories for Link's Awakening's dungeons. Especially Eagle Tower. Favorite dungeon music and why is it Stone Tower? Stone Tower's dungeon music is incredible, but like I said, Forest Temple is just so memorably strange. Okay.